Get ready.
Alex, the car doctor. Welcome back to Sunday Night Live, guys. It's your favorite mechanic and the missus, my wonderful wife.
I was gonna take your line. That's why I probably I'm not Alex the car doctor.
She trying to get me.
I don't know what I'm doing.
She had to get me, y'all.
It's Sunday, so y'all know what time it is. Or do we? What am I doing? Sunday Night Live, here to answer your car questions or whatever y'all want to talk about. Really?
What do y'all want to talk about?
Mm-hmm. We here to answer your car questions. What am I doing? Oh, okay. There.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good now.
Okay.
Anywho,
let me take me a sip.
just blaze blessings to you all. Joshua, we were just talking about you. Josh. Look at here. We tried the cherry Pepsi, baby, okay? And you know what?
It just depends on what day you have. To me,
it got to be the Coke. It's got to be the Coke, Josh. I'm sorry. Look, he already talking about where's that cherry Pepsi. There you go.
It just depends. I don't know. It's a toss up. I like both, but if I had to pick one, I'd say Coke product. I love my Sprite. Coke got it for me. Coke product.
Man, listen here. It's got to be the cherry Coke. Finally tried it, Josh. Hello from Quebec City, Canada. I see you, Trey Forays. I'm about to answer your question. Good Sunday, good people.
What's happening,
hello.
Everybody?
All right, I
hope
want
y'all
to say
Sunday has been great as mine have.
We've been chilling real hard this
weekend.
I
went to the shop today.
That's because I had put my bedroom eyes on and said, "Can you stay home on Saturday just this once?" And so he stayed home Saturday, went to the shop today. Anyway, questions rolling in, so let's do it. Trey Forays says, "What does an oil vacuum pump do?"
An oil vacuum pump. I'm not familiar with that term.
Or is it oil pump?
Oil pump, you have oil pumps and you have vacuum pumps. What type of vehicle you're working on, and I can better explain it to you. Oil vacuum pump, that doesn't ring a bell with me unless they got some type of new technology out that I don't know about. But yeah, please let me know what vehicle or check the wording so we can be on the same accord.
Want to make sure we giving out correct, accurate information there.
Yeah, I'm not sure what an oil vacuum pump is.
Maybe he mean oil pump, or is it a vacuum pump?
It's all kind of pumps. You have an oil pump, you have a vacuum pump, you have a smog pump, it's just like a air pump that pumps fresh air into the exhaust. It's weird. So you have all kind of pumps.
Roman says, "Hey, Alex and his queen, I fixed my transmission problems. Too much fluid. 07 Jeep Grand Cherokee. Oh, nice. Okay, I remember that. Good.
It was too much fluid.
Too much fluid in it. That'll do it. That will do it.
Funny stuff.
All right, let me see. Colonel Buckshot in the house.
What's happening, Colonel?
Good evening, kings and queens. It ain't easy being greasy. You know what? You need to put that on a shirt.
Yeah, for sure.
Or something. That is good. I will wear that. Speaking of shirt, we're trying to come up with some merch, y'all, for you guys who support Alex, the car doctor. Joshua said, "Nope, that cherry is where it's at. Y'all wrong." Let me see. I'm gonna just sip on it.
Depends on what day.
I'm gonna sip on it for the rest of the live, and I'll let you know. But right now, it's giving cherry Coke. It's right now. Randy says, "Perfect timing for me. What's up, dynamic duo?
What's happening, buddy?
Nah, just chilling. We just chilling,
just
baby.
Trying to do our thing.
That's it. Says Trey says, "How do you know if you need a new belt? Mine squeaks, but when it rains, then complexity drops."
Normally belts go by mileage or a visual check. If you don't have no history of a belt being done, a serpentine belt being done, I would just go ahead and change it out. And when you change that belt out, it's recommended to do all the idler pulleys and the tensioner pulley. Most people just slap a belt on there and call it a day. And on down the road, one of their idler pulleys will lock up on them and destroying a brand new belt. So it's like doing a timing belt job. You just wouldn't go in and just change the belt. You'll change all the pulleys, the idler pulleys, and the water pump. If anything that runs off that timing belt, you're going to change it. So it's the same goes for the serpentine belt system.
Okay, hope you answered your question. Andrew Kemp in the house says, what should you change while you change your struts?
I would change my top hats, or if it's just really old and you think you have worn out springs, just go ahead and go with a strut assembly. That's just best. It's just, everything is new. The top hats are new, but if you're just changing the struts by themselves, definitely change out the top hats and the rubber grommets that the springs sit on, because sometimes they deteriorate. Not so much. I don't really worry about it's like an absorber piece, like a piece of foam that slides down the shaft. It's like a bump stopper or something. You don't really have to worry about that. Most of the time they just disintegrate and fall off anyway. But they don't have a big purpose, I don't think.
Okay, you drinking all the cherry coke, man. What's going on? Trey says, the mechanic says my oil vacuum pump was leaking on my 2013 Jetta SE. Needs to be resealed. First of all, shout out to you because you drive a Jetta and so do I. Okay, I feel like
I know Jetta very well.
It's an oil vacuum pump. Is it a high pressure fuel pump? Do they have those on those?
Yeah, they do. What's your engine? What's your engine on that Jetta? You have the 2-liter TSI. They have so many engines. 2.5, the 1.8. I think they still have the 1.8.
Trey, tell us your engine size.
Yeah, let me know the engine size. The 1.4. Yeah, there's so many engines out there.
All right. It's apparently a shock night tonight. Joshua says, I got a 2015 Nissan Versa. How do you know when you need new shocks?
Okay, so shocks, the main purpose of shocks is to control rebound. Picture a basketball. You drop that basketball from waist height, it's going to bounce back up to you. If you catch it, that's the shocks doing them job. That's the shocks doing its job. It bounce, you bring it back up and you catch it right there. But let's say you don't catch it. You let that ball drop back down. It's going to continue to bounce, 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 bounce. Those are bad shocks. So that's the best way I can describe it.
If you ride down the street and that mug feel like it's floating,
yeah,
I done been in a car like that.
The way it's very dangerous too. The way I test shocks is simply I move to the front of the vehicle, push down with all my might. Sometimes I get a little, bounce and start. I get a little bounce and start, and I get a lot of momentum in my final push. I push down and see if it comes back up and stops. And I go to the back and I do the same thing.
But if it doesn't stop and it's still bouncing,
it should come right back up.
Like you playing that Juvenile 400 Degrees song. You know what I'm talking about? You need new shocks. All right, let me see who else got it. Edward says Toyota for the win.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah, man.
I convinced my brother to get a Toyota.
I'm gonna say this too, though, because we made a short about Toyotas and stuff, and someone was like, "I bought a Toyota; it was the worst car I ever had." Listen, we're not saying Toyota is perfect because it's a car, just like anything else.
It's a machine.
Need to be repaired like anything else. However, they did have a bad year for the Camry, at least the 2007 Camry. So you have people going out here and say, well, I'm going to get a Toyota because it's the best. And you mess around and buy,
buy the wrong one.
And then just curse Toyota to hell.
Or you can buy a Toyota that's been completely dogged out. You see a good Toyota, but oh yeah, this is in my price range. $3,000 for a 2014. Man, this is a deal. Yeah, you bring it home and you have to put another $4,000 or $5,000 into it. Now you're mad.
Yeah.
Look at the price you spent for it. Of course, it's going to be something wrong.
But overall, Toyotas. I mean, if I had to buy a car today,
I call them my boring Glocks.
No, because the 4Runner is sexy. I don't know what you're talking about right now.
We're talking about the cars. It's just Toyota.
Toyota.
You pick up a Glock. You know it's gonna be reliable.
You know what? There you go with your gun references. Anyway, Thomas Griffin says, just saying hi, the Chevy Cruze is still running good.
Oh, nice.
That's another car that get a lot of flack, but it's all right. It's not a bad car.
It's not. It's just a cheap economy car. Parts is cheap on it for the most part. You just really have to maintain them because they make them to fail.
And do not run it hot. Run it hot is over with.
Yeah, they really rate that car as the worst engine, but I've seen those engines, get up in miles. properly maintained.
Mm-hmm. Mechanic Joe, we love a fellow colleague out in the world, says, much respect, Alex, the car doctor. I admire how you transitioned from a mobile mechanic to a shop owner.
Thank you, buddy. I appreciate
Listen,
that.
baby, it ain't all been fun roses. You hear me?
It's been an
adventure.
Ride.
Having to adjust ourselves and our mindsets.
We still adjusting.
That's right. To what a shop owner, how the shop owner thinks and does things versus a mobile mechanic. See, mobile mechanic, your angle is, hey, don't go to the shop because I can save you money. Versus a shop owner is like, hey, come to the shop because I can give you quality parts, quality service, and a warranty. So also pricing, like when we first started the shop, we were way too cheap.
We're about to run ourselves
out of business. We're running ourselves out of business. Couldn't keep up because we have an overhead now versus you're out there in your mobile unit. It's just you and you just got to focus on gas and car insurance. But it's been a long road and we're still learning.
This automotive world is so taboo, I would say. It's not a lot of people willing to share information, especially when it comes to running a shop. It's, if you do find somebody that's willing to share information, they're going to want an arm and a leg. Right.
Like thousands of dollars coaching. I'm like, I figure it out. But thank you for that. What do you do? We want to know, Mechanic Joe.
Yes,
are you mobile? Sure. Do you have a shop? What's your dreams and aspirations? We want to know because we nosy. So let me know in the comments and I get back around to you. Easy does it. I ain't seen you in a minute.
It's been a minute, buddy. What's
Happy
happening?
New Year. Have I seen you this year? I don't even know.
I don't think so.
Good to see you in the chat. Randy helping out as usual, saying the shock absorber. I guess maybe to one of the shop questions over there. Zach says, I have an 08 Escalade ESV with 250,000 miles. I'm the original owner. Awesome. How long have you seen these last? My 99 Suburban 2500 350 has 380,000 miles.
First of all, you can't compare that Suburban with any of this newer LS style stuff. That Suburban is a tank. Before that thing dies, you're going to get tired of it. And of course, you probably have to go through a transmission or two if you're not taking care of it. The problem with the new LS engines is that they overcomplicated. It was a simple design, simple, reliable. They put that DOD mess on it, displacement on demand, turning a V8 into a 4-cylinder as it's going down the road. Sometimes those DOD lifters that get stuck, causing a tick, tick, tap, 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 and causing the truck to skip. And that can cost the owner a lot of money. So whatever you're doing, it seems like you're doing a very good job because you didn't mention I had to get my lifters replaced. You must be using really good quality oil.
Oh, no. Have you, Zach? Have you had your lifters replaced?
I'm just assuming right now.
Yeah.
But that's the only Achilles heel of that truck. I'm getting ready to put that same engine inside my Cutlass, that 6.2. It should be a 6.2 V8. That's in that Escalade. It's the long one too, the ESV. It's Suburban. It's basically a Suburban.
Let me tell you something. This YouTube keep growing. I'm gonna get me a new Escalade, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna definitely do some upgrades.
I like it. It's just a sexy truck.
It's a nice truck.
Edward says Gates products, have they cheaped out?
I'm not sure. It's weird with Gates because sometimes I will order store brand parts and it will be like, what's the other one? Dayco. I think it's Delco, something. Dayco part built brand to be in the store bought, and sometimes I see a Gates every now and then. So it's odd.
I think they all work together, really though.
Yeah, but I don't know if they cheaped out or not. It's hard to say. I don't follow parts too well like that. Only time I know when parts is giving me a hard time is when I keep having to do warranty work due to parts failure. And I haven't seen too much warranty work on the Gates recently.
Right. We do Continental.
Yes, Continental belts and things like that. But Continental is normally catered to like the German market.
Okay, gotcha. I don't know. We don't know. We'll keep an eye out though. Randy, I spoke before I clicked. Says, but good advice. Change it all. He's talking about the shocks that we were mentioning earlier.
Whole strut assembly, especially.
Randy, where was you last week when we had all these transmission questions?
Oh yeah, Randy.
We could have used the help, Randy.
Transmission.
Tell us where you was. Charles says, y'all better take care of that blaring check engine light behind your head. Listen. When Alex started tripping on live, I just flick it. That means he misfiring and it's time to go to bed.
I'm on point tonight.
GTA Disciple, hey, what's up, Mr. and Mrs. Cardot? Very good to see you, GTA.
Yes, sir.
Ain't seen you in a while either. Trey Foray says the 2.5 in that Jetta.
That sounds like a vacuum pump for the braking system. What year? Oh man, I should have asked you what year before.
He might have did. I think he said 2013.
Oh yes, he did say 2013.
Yeah.
Let me look. Where's my phone?
Here you go.
Let me look.
I'm gonna see what Randy.
I'm just
while you're looking that up, Randy says the oil pump, it may have a leak, so it's pulling a vacuum. Jetta.
Jetta.
And we're looking it up now and see. And then I also go to this one. Brendan says, Alex, you the man.
I try. I really do.
All right, so let's go. He said he got the 2.5.
Yeah, I see a vacuum pump for it. Let's see. What did he call it?
Oil pump. Mm-hmm.
Oil vacuum pump?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think
he probably just got a vacuum pump.
Yeah. Oil vacuum.
Now I need to go find your original question, Trey, so we can
Yeah, that's all it does. It's just a vacuum pump. Okay, now I can answer your question. Mm-hmm. Now that we're on the same page. You have a vacuum pump. What that does is it runs off the cam, most likely is cam driven, and it supplies vacuum to your brakes. Your brakes is a vacuum. It uses vacuum to amplify pressure. That way you won't have to really push real hard on the brakes like the good old days. Or if you ever let the car cut off on you and you pump the vacuum reserve out and the pedal will get real hard, and try to stop like that, is very hard to stop. So that vacuum is there to ease, like a brake assist. It's a brake assist for you. And it is a very good idea to go ahead and change that out. For preventive maintenance sake, I would say, especially if you're not the original owner of that car, because you don't know if they've been taking care of the oil changes, because oil does go through that and lubricate the vacuum in internals of the pump. And I do know their problem on the Malibus.
Yes. They mess up the cam.
Yep, they would go out and just destroy the cam. I would just replace it. Better safe than sorry.
Mm-hmm. Preventive maintenance is always going to save you money,
I wouldn't go in and just replace the seal, especially if you have over 100,000 miles. I'll just replace it with a new vacuum pump.
All right.
So that's what it does.
Alex, you the man. I got that one. Zach says the 200. Oh, we answered that one. Mm-hmm. He just asked it twice, which is okay. Trixie in the house.
What's going on, Trixie?
Nuh-uh. You ain't got no TDI. No, you don't, Trixie. 97 Jetta TDI.
She got a TDI. Oh, that's our favorite.
PO 605.
Let's see.
It's Jetta night because I whip a TDI. Okay? I knew that you guys, we're a community. You know what I'm saying? We think alike. It's Jetta night tonight.
What is it, 97, she said?
Yes, 97 TDI. Alex has a TDI as well that I bought him.
She trying to get
as a gift. He let a customer use it for a loaner. And she ran it low on oil, I guess.
Messed up my car.
Just tow it up. So now it's sitting out there.
That's when you be trying to be nice to folks.
PO 605. She left it at the Walmart, honey. We had to go tow it.
All right. This is a sign that there's an issue with the engine or ignition control module. The ROM is read on the memory bank.
He reading up on it now, Trixie, for you. Anyway, I see a lot. Let me see.
That's something that's going to have to be diagnosed. I couldn't tell you off the top of my head what is going on. That's something that will have to be, some tests kind of have to be ran. So I won't be too much of a help right
Okay,
now.
What kind of test would you start with?
That's a diesel. So
that is.
Yeah, so I rarely come across diesels, first of all, because they normally reliable in tanks. So if it was a gas engine, I probably could have a better idea for you, but I rarely see those 1.9s in my shop like that. So I won't.
You're something you have to touch.
Yeah, that's something I have to look at
and
run some tests for myself. But yeah, sorry about that. I can't answer that one. But somebody in the community, if y'all got experience with the 1.9 ALH. It's the ALH engine. Please help Trixie out. I would appreciate that.
Somebody knows something. Mike P in the house. What's going on, Mike?
Mike P, that's my guy right there. He's always helpful.
He says, "Hey all, should I be worried if I have a P0456 small evap leak code in my 2012 Wrangler for about 2 months? Then one day it just went away on its own. Never got to do the smoke test."
Wow.
Now, Mike, you know better than that. You know better.
Well, first off, it's just an evap leak. I wouldn't be too worried about it. Most likely the gas cap pressure relief valve was sticking or something weird was going on within the fuel cap system, because it is a small leak. And if you look up that code, the first thing it'll say is check gas cap. So I think he was just having a gas cap malfunction that fixed itself.
Could have. Could have been something simple. Mike, you love them Chrysler Dodge Jeep products.
I do too, man.
So you got the 200, you got the Wrangler.
We had somebody say, "Oh, those piece of crap." No, they're not. I'd rather know my demons than to not to.
Now I'm gonna get on Mike P for a little bit. Now I'm not, because Mike know what he doing. He know he be riding around. However, I want to say this to you, ladies and gentlemen. You only get one check engine light on your car.
What? You don't have an auxiliary check engine light.
So if you're riding around, not you, Mike, but if you're riding around and you know you had a check engine light 2 months ago for the evap leak, it's 2 months later, you may have another problem that you're riding around with that you don't know about, because your check engine light on and you thinking it's for something else. But the check engine, you only got one.
So you're riding around thinking, "Oh, it's just a simple evap code. My mechanic said I don't have nothing to worry about. I'm fine. No, it ain't gonna put me on the side of the road." 2-3 months go down the road and bam, your car shut off. I'm like, "Whoa, what happened?"
You don't know if that computer's throwing another code because your light is on and you're thinking it's for something previous that's small. So
and they pulled the codes again and it was something crazy.
Timing or something crazy. So don't be like Mike. Get that test, get that check engine light checked out and taken care of.
Buy you a scanner and just check it every couple of weeks or so often. That way you know, like, okay, it's the same code. I'm in the clear.
I bet you Mike got a scanner too. Eduardo Gonzalez, 1998 Dodge Ram van, 1500, 3.9 crank, no start.
So I do know Chrysler's had a back in the day. Y'all making me think of this old stuff now. I would check crank signal. That'll be the first thing I would check for. If you have a scanner, hook it up and see if the RPMs are moving as you crank it over. Make sure it's reading it should be between 150 to 250 RPMs as you crank it over. If you don't see an RPM reading, you need to start tracing down wires going to the crank sensor to the computer. Also, that's the only thing I will start off with. It's an old truck. It's very simple. Simplicity wins. I'm pretty sure that thing got a lot of miles on it too. Also check your fuses. You may have a pop fuse or a fuel pump issue. Make sure you hear that fuel pump. And when you turn the key on initially, you should hear a buzz near the fuel tank area. So those are just some things to check out for. Hopefully that helps.
All right. I'm going to call him 3ST. Okay. Shout out to y'all from Duval. Okay, you next door in Jacksonville, Florida.
I sure appreciate it.
Hello, everyone. I watch a lot. You'll see me in the comments. Thanks for everything y'all do and doing.
Pleasure.
Thank you, man.
That warms my heart, man.
We be down through Florida a lot. Maybe we're gonna holler at you next time we go through there for sure. Alex in this camper. He be going everywhere.
I love this thing.
Yeah, he does. Thank you so much.
Yeah, you are the man.
Duval. I like it. We've been in Jacksonville though. We be down there. All right. Let me pick back up. Brandon Cornett. Rhymes with Corvette, maybe.
Nice.
Tips for a new flat rate tech.
I'll take it away. All right, so flat rate. You're on flat rate. That you have to make your own hours. I get it confused sometimes.
Yeah, flat rate.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Before you answer his question, let me explain to the consumers that may be watching what a flat rate tech is. So if they don't get paid hourly. Okay, just like you clock in at 9, you clock out at 6, you're gonna be there 8 hours, 9 hours, and they get paid. No, a flat rate tech gets paid by the job per hour that it takes to do said job. So if a job comes in that's 3 hours long, say your water pump went out, you took it to the shop, 3-hour job. That tech is going to get paid 3 hours.
Whatever his hourly rate
Whatever his hourly rate per the 3 hours, okay? Now, if he gets stuck on that job and it takes him 5 hours, guess what? That's his loss, money. Okay? So that's what he's saying. He's asking Alex, as a flat rate tech.
All right.
How do you, what's good tips, babe?
Okay, good tips. Stay focused. Try to, flat rate works best when you're working with one vehicle brand. That's just my opinion, because if you're working on multiple brands, you'll get caught up that you don't know anything. You don't know something on this particular brand, and you have to do research, which is costing you time and money. So hopefully you're only dealing with one brand, and make your life so much easier. Mm-hmm. Also, pre-look at the job, meaning if it comes in for a axle, a CV axle, something simple, you look up out of there and you see rust, you need to go get your service advisor and be like, hey, no, this is going to take a lot longer. It's rusty. It's heavy rust under here, and it's going to give me a hard time. I need to add about an hour to 2 more hours onto this ticket. So that'll help you too. Always pre-look at the job, because you will screw yourself if you're not careful. You oh yeah, it's just this, and don't look at it, and you get trying to get this rusty bolt off, or something stuck, or the vacuum hoses around it is all dry rotted, and it can be a mess sometimes. So that's another one of my tips. And continue to educate yourself. Education is very important. Hopefully that helps.
Well, I'm gonna add my 2 cents. Yes. As a wife of a flat rate tech once upon a time, it could be a lot of politicking. Babe, shaking the camera, man. Mm-hmm. It could be a lot of politicking at that shop. Alex worked for a shop, but we ain't gonna name no name, but he worked for a dealership where the wife was the service writer.
It was horrible.
And the girlfriend was the service writer. The boyfriend was the tech, and he was getting all the good work. So be just on the lookout. Don't be discouraged. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a shortage of techs, so don't let nobody treat you any kind of way. Everybody's hiring. Okay, so get there, stay long.
Don't take no BS.
Yeah, get there, stay long enough to get you some experience, and if you don't like it, peace. Okay. Second one, do your own thing how you do it. Mm-hmm. I can't tell you how many times on YouTube, especially, but even in person, every shop my husband has worked for, some other tech is coming and tell him how to do his job. But he does things in his own way. So however it's best for you to do your job, you might want to attack it a different way. Everybody thinks differently.
And don't be mean if somebody is trying to tell you something. Mm. Just say, oh, okay, thank you, buddy. And let him go about his business and continue your way. It. Because if you be a butthole when you actually need help, they're not going to help you.
Yeah. But don't let nobody put you in a box. If you want to do something a certain way, just be true to you, okay?
And make sure it works so you won't get bitten in the butt.
Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. But good luck on your new job. And get good at it. And honey, you might want to start your own shop one day. I don't know. But good luck, Brandon. Troy says, Honda Accord 2024 Sport, a good car?
I would say so. Yeah. I would definitely put my daughter in that. Honda has a very good track record, and I don't see any landslides of them coming down from the previous year of that particular vehicle. Mm-hmm. It's been pretty steady. The only time I see those cars in trouble is when somebody ran them into a wall, or these people that don't know how to drive and just wreck them. Mm-hmm. And that's the only time I see them.
Right. Or back in, if somebody on the live is thinking about getting a Honda Accord, around the 08 range, they had those master cylinder problems.
Oh, you done read something?
No, I remember Brenda's son.
Oh, Matthew, the master cylinder.
Yeah, they had those problems.
I think that was a lack of maintenance.
No, that was common.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
okay.
For sure.
Gotcha.
See how I be reading?
Yeah. Or get you an 85 and call it a day.
Don't do that. He love that. That Honda is ugly. Y'all seen it on YouTube. It's ugly. Uh-oh. I dropped your phone.
Okay,
got it. Edwin says, love the Glock reference, Alex. Nice. Edwin, don't get him started talking about.
Yeah, I'm about to start mentioning more stuff like that since y'all like it.
It's cars and guns. That's all you want to do. Brian says 2012 Enclave torque converter issues.
You need to sell the truck to
get rid of it.
Because in order to pull that transmission, you have to pull the whole cradle. It's a pain. And if you do decide you want to fix it, make sure you go in and do the rear main seal while you're in there. I would just let bygones be bygones. That's like, that truck is the hardest truck to maintain. One of the hardest trucks to maintain. It's beautiful the way it drives and looks.
I don't even say Enclave, because ain't we tripping with the Traverse right now? It's stressing me out, you know.
It drives wonderful, good power, but besides all that, when it comes down to maintenance, it's gonna kill your pockets.
Guess how many miles he said he got on there? 200.
Oh my gosh, no! Please,
Brian,
get rid
baby,
of it.
it's time to let that one go.
Don't even attempt, man, because you're gonna have other issues.
The money you're gonna put into that labor doing that, or I don't know, unless you could do it yourself.
You can buy a whole new truck.
Yeah, you might as well do that. Okay.
So sorry about the bad news, but I'm just being honest with you.
Man, we having problems with its sister truck Traverse, right?
It's got 4 sisters, 3, including it's the Saturn Outlook, the Buick Enclave, the GMC Arcadia, and the Chevy Traverse. Yeah, I named them all.
So if you had a Traverse and hated it and thought you was gonna get something new like an Arcadia, it's the same car.
Or the Saturn Outlook,
right?
Or the Buick, same thing.
Mighty Prophet says the Mopar goat himself.
I try, man. I'm very comfortable with Mopars. It's like, I should have been at the dealership or something.
That JT job.
Yeah, that is.
Shamar Williams says, last live I asked about a 2013 GMC Sierra. I remember that. With the fuel trim imbalance bank 2 and misfire cylinder 4. Compression test after 3 cycles is 150 psi. Spark plug dark and oily, but still getting spark.
Well, the fuel trim, I think it was reading Ridge or something. I forgot what it was reading. That'll definitely blacken up the spark plugs if it's dumping fuel. 150, was that a cold or hot compression test? I'm gonna assume cold. That's pretty good, if I remember correctly. How did the other cylinders look compared to that 150? You don't want to see 150 on that particular one cylinder and dang on almost 200 on the other ones, and you have a problem mechanically somewhere. So long as they're about 10 psi away from each other, you should be golden. So just double check the other cylinders and make sure you're around 10 psi of a difference. Okay. So about that one 150, it should be 160, 155. Maybe in the 140 range. So somewhere around there.
Make sure they all close.
Yes.
Sebastian says, got a 97 Buick LeSabre. How many miles can I hope to get out of it? 1 million.
Until you get tired of it.
Man, those LeSabre last forever.
Just make sure you do the transmission drain and fill and keep the service, because that's his Achilles heel for that particular, I think it's for that year. Or it's the newer gen after that one, but I can't remember. But you're gonna get tired of that car before it breaks down.
Them things go forever, man.
They don't like to break down. My bad, sweetie.
But that's why. But only thing people don't like them because they
grandma
cars. But here in Georgia, at one point they put rims on them, so I don't know.
Big
but
wheels and stuff. So.
Do your maintenance. It's always key, and it should take you far, my dear. Trey ATL says, thank you for fixing my Dodge Durango lifter rockers. So I went to the dealer to get the thermostat fixed, and they replaced it with an aftermarket, even though I told them what you said.
Was it under warranty? You could have came.
No, he just left. Is that you? We just did the white Durango.
We've done so many.
We just did a white Durango.
And I do remember one had a
he came
thermostat code.
The one we just posted.
I did a video on.
Yeah.
It had a check engine light.
Is that you from Griffin, Georgia? Let us know. But if it's you,
yeah, they hopefully.
I wonder why they did that. They didn't.
Yeah, that's silly. They probably was out of stock.
Probably on. Oh, you know what? Didn't we wait like months for a one? We waited months.
That's gonna give you problems back on down the road.
But it should be under warranty. So.
Yeah, I would call them like, hey, what kind of warranty this I have, because I specified Mopar parts and y'all gave me this. I'm not happy, what warranty you have.
Yeah, but before that, we waited literally like 3 months for a Mopar thermostat.
They probably put a motor rad the brand motor.
I thought that it was because of the strike that was going on at the time, but that's over, right?
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's weird.
Do let us know. But
I know JT was talking about it. Like, look, fellas, at the dealership, they got us putting aftermarket thermostats on. He was so disappointed.
Yeah, they're problems. Hopefully you don't have any problems. And but do call about your warranty. And I hope you're doing okay.
Yeah, for sure. I don't think I got a chance to meet you.
Yes, you did. It was me, him. He had a cousin that had a different car. They was out. I remember. I had to jog your memory. 3ST says, I made this live tune a lot, just never say nothing. Really, shout out to y'all. Listen, y'all got to stop doing that.
They be back there. They could hide.
We like to hear from everybody. Like I see,
we don't bite. We love to talk to you all.
I remember people who show up a lot. I remember y'all all the time. So yeah, man. Now I'm gonna call you Mr. Duval. So when you check in, just be like Duval. I'm like, that's my dude right there. Zach says, right, the original 4L80 is still going. It shakes when I go up a hill almost like it won't drop a gear. Maybe I'll do a torque converter. My 808 ESV does not have the DOD, thankfully. 5,000 mile oil changes.
Wow. You sure?
No, I really don't think they came about until
around 07, 08. That was a funny year. It's like some got it.
It was kind of like the heritage year for the Ford F-150. The 0404 F-150, half of them got the old body style. Other one half got the new body style.
That's great. That's why you have so many miles on that truck. So if you say you don't have it, that's proof in the pudding right there. You got 200-some thousand miles.
Look, he says no lifters, never open up the engine.
Wow, that's amazing.
Escalade has the rebuilt trans. I had a 21 and it was brought back because lifter failed at 12,000. You got to be kidding me. 12,000 miles lifters on the 2021.
I would have sent that. Yeah, because that's what my wife wants. See, if I get it, I'm going in and sprinkle some magic on it. It's going to be sounding like a Camaro when I finish with it.
Yeah, I'm saying only way y'all should be buying new Escalades is if you married with a mechanic or got a situationship with a mechanic or something, honey. Because I know that they have problems, but the Yukons and the Suburbans and the newer Escalades, they just look so beautiful skating down the road. I love it.
I like a Lincoln myself.
I don't like it, but I want it. Okay, and he gonna get it for me.
Yeah.
All right.
Gotta make wife happy.
That's right. Hold on. Let me hold on, Trey Love. I got to honor the super sticker. Thank you so much, Edwin. We appreciate the super sticker.
Man, y'all be showing some love. And like I always say, it warms my heart. I appreciate that.
Y'all saw that Corona Alex bought last Wednesday
I went
night.
Straight to the. I was down to my last beer, y'all. I was like, yes.
All right, let me get back to you, Trey Love. All right, we appreciate it because everything going up and y'all still finding in your hearts to donate to the channel. That's wonderful. We love it. Says True that's True. True Love. I'm sorry, True. True, where you been? See?
Yeah, recognize.
True in the house, missing my favorite beloved couple. I love and miss you guys. Been doing the farming life. True, do you have a channel? I would love to see what you be doing on that farm.
Maybe it does. Maybe she does.
True, because she normally be on Facebook. But she on YouTube today. I want to see what you be doing on that farm, True. Let me see. I might come help you out a little bit.
I know, right? I'm trying to get my garden skills up.
Look, I need somewhere to go if the ish hit the fan. I'm coming to y'all farm.
Look, I provide the guns. You provide the farm.
Right, we got your back, True. GTA Disciple says, here for a beer. We love it. Thank y'all.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
I'm telling you, it's 3 things that make Alex happy. Cars, guns, and Corona. I'm telling you.
Just beer in general. I'm a beer connoisseur type guy.
He loves beer. Went on a beer tour on a cruise, came back talking to me about all types of Christmas beer blends. I said, honey, I don't want to hear all of that.
Man, I appreciate that, Disciple. I really do.
The only thing you need to do is just go lay down for a minute. Jacob says, 2013 Chevy Captiva stalls sometimes when idling. PCV tube has oil present. Should I take the intake manifold off and clean the PCV passages out? Or look at something else first?
It's definitely going to be something else. I don't think it's going to be related to that oil in the PVC tube. But you definitely should clean that. But before you do that, I would definitely look elsewhere because like I've just mentioned, it's not going to be that problem. Those Captivas, had a very well-known problem of timing chain issues. You have that 2.4 Ecotech that should be direct injected, and just the guys, they fail. So you need to first look and see if you have a check engine light. I know you didn't mention it, but that would kind of help you, lead you to the problem. Check that check engine light. Also pull out your cam phaser solenoids and check that screen. If it has metal particles around it, you definitely have timing chain issues, and you're gonna have to do a timing chain.
Yeah, check that out, because that's, and they make it like a little bolt.
Tavares, if it got knocked off.
We got Jacob, we have a video on YouTube all about that kind of thing too. Tavares notes and says, beer for Alex. Cheers.
Y'all gotta keep me stocked up. I'm about to go get some for the shop now.
After hours though, now. After hours. Don't be up in that drinking beer.
Nah, that's like after hours for sure. When I like, man, I take anytime I have to work late, guys, I take myself like a 30-minute to an hour break. And if I have beer, I just sit there and just relax, enjoy my beer, because my feet and stuff be tired. I've just been there 8 hours, more than that probably,
buzzing around like a bee. And I know y'all be watching the videos, but so many people is calling Alex's name all day long. Alex.
It's hard sometimes.
TJ, thank you for the super chat. Hey, y'all keep talking about Chevy Traverse. What's up? My mom has one. Mileage 32,000 miles. She's retired. Has a catalytic converter code, I think. Advice?
Yes. What you need to do, catalytic converter code already.
Probably just need to do maintenance. How's her maintenance, TJ?
What? Okay, so that is a Traverse. Okay, so that's the 3.6. I'm not sure what year. I would do a fuel induction service on it. That truck is direct injected, and the direct injected engines are very dirty and grimy looking, and they would grime up, causing the emissions to rise and causing the catalytic converters to work harder. So clean the engine up with some type of fuel induction service of your choice. I like Seafoam. That's just me. And that should fix that problem. Okay,
so what's up with the Chevy Traverse is, though?
They're good trucks. Don't get me wrong. My brother, you have to maintain them. If you let them go,
your brother got lucky because he's your brother. That's what had happened. However, they have timing chain issues. You know what I mean? And if the timing chain stretch, or you ride around like that, you can bend valves. And it would be fine if it was a normal timing chain. But you have to drop the cradle. It's on the channel somewhere on there to get to it. Now, some techs may say, yeah, but there's a way. Some flat rate techs.
You can do it without.
You can do it without.
I have done it, but I don't like doing it.
But we like to do it procedure way because we don't want no issues. And so a big job like that is not easy on your wallet. And we've done our fair share of those. However, now what we've been running into recently regarding the timing chain is the part quality. We've replaced 2 under warranty because the changes
whether it be the phasers or
the phasers something. So that kind of job is that's the only annoying thing about it is that timing chain.
But you can prolong the life of it by using great quality oil. I recommend like a Mobil 1 full synthetic, because what happens, the oil gets carbon inside the crankcase, and that carbon starts chewing away at the chain, starting to make it stretch, and So, hopefully
that was a lot of super chats there, guys. But listen, if they pay their money, I got to honor it. And that's how you jump the line, unfortunately, in the economy of YouTube. So, and thank you guys for Alex's beer money. He really enjoys it. Keeps him
motivated.
Yeah, it does. It really does. And he doesn't, I will say this. My husband works very, very hard. And I just, as a wife, it's like, I wish I could just jump in there and do engines with him. But it's like, for the little times that he do get to chill and drank a beer, I'm happy for him for that. Like, you know what I mean? So
to have me one after this live
I appreciate that, really, as a wife, Tavares says 2008 Mitsubishi Eclipse GT for $5,000. Got 105,000 miles. All service records, including timing belt and water pump. Sounds good or pass?
I like it. Really good.
I like it.
I don't like the price. That's just me being cheap. I would try to talk him down to 45. 4,000. It is a very
I mean,
old
it's got
car.
105,000 miles
It's
though.
old.
Don't mean nothing. How you gonna say that and we sell cars? You crazy.
No,
let me see.
It's my wife gonna blue book it for you. But that car will last you forever. It has that little 2.4 engine in it, and man, it is hard to kill those things. What kills them is the timing belt. So if that's been done, that at least buys you 100 more thousand miles out of it, which it would easily get. I'm always telling people about Mitsubishis. They just very underrated cars. Oh wow! What the world?
Fair purchase price is $6,400, and the suggested retail is $71,000. Man, get them folks they $5,000 Tavares. Don't listen to Alex mission.
Yeah, don't listen to me. I thought the value was gonna come out as like 4,000 or something.
Man, don't listen.
I disregard it.
He be cheap. He cheap. Now don't let Alex fool you. Alex go save a buck, okay? Zach says the only thing I hate is the oil pressure sensor on these. Super hard to get to. Glad I have small hands. My rear air shocks are blown, but it drives fine. Speaking of small hands, I always say Alex got these big old Wreck-It Ralph hands, right? And fun story real quick. When we first went on our first date, I was like, dang, his hands big. I was like, dang, I bet not. I don't know if he Ike Turner or not, but if he is, I'm out of here.
Yeah, they can be a burden sometimes. The
big old Wreck-It Ralph hands. No commercial potential. No co-po says y'all still looking for mechanics. We hired one.
About to see what he about.
So we're gonna see what he's about. On board him, and so in the near future, in the next month or two, I will hire another tech.
Order up.
Sure. For
My
sure.
wife been playing them restaurant games.
Yeah, I do that. Now that's how I relax. I be on there cooking fever like Edward says, did that check engine light flash? In the back, it has a little clip.
Yeah, we just
make it do that.
Flicks it. Let me.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah, we just flick it on and off. If you talking about that check engine light, I don't know. All right, 0.13 says 2013 Chevy Captiva. Okay, we answered that one. Mm-hmm. All right, ready? Trey says, how do you know when you need to replace bushings? Mine says a squeak when it really cold. Is when it's really cold speed bumps.
Bushings normally don't squeak. Bushings will have cause play. Like when you come into a stop, you feel something shift, but you don't hear anything. You just a feeling like something is still moving after you done came to a stop. It feels very weird. Squeaking and grunting noise like that would be something like ball joints. Mm-hmm. That's like where the ball joints is worn out, or the dust boot has ripped open, and the ball joint is now going metal to metal. So you may have something going on with your ball joints, not your bushings. Now, I don't doubt that your bushings are dry rotted. That's another thing to check for dry rotted bushings. Another thing that eats up bushings, if you have an oil leak and is directly dripping down on the bushings, it'll deteriorate the bushings. So that's something else to check for. If your bushings are coated in oil, you might as well just replace it, because that oil is soaked in and it's starting to deteriorate the rubber. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah. Clayton Ritchie says, I have to say, aftermarket parts are getting a bit weird.
Oh, yes.
Got a few sensors recently from various vehicles in dormant box, but inside the sensor is in the manufacturer's packaging.
Yeah, he was talking about what I was talking about.
Even had a Ford part with the Ford stamping on it, and it was etched off, but it was obvious. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
stuff is happening.
It's strange.
Stuff is happening in the auto repair world. So for my consumers that don't, and I realize, and I get on Alex about this all the time, I was like, you have to talk to people. You can't assume that everybody has your mind in tech. Obviously, like Clayton, there's other mechanics out here who understand what we're talking about. But I get that a lot of consumers don't know the difference between the aftermarket and dealership, okay? So your OE equipment, your original equipment is going to come from the dealership. Means that if I go to Dodge for the thermostat, and it's going to be a Mopar part, because Dodge makes the part. When you go to AutoZone to get that same part, other companies make the part. Even though they're similar or the same, different company make it, and that's what you call aftermarket.
And sometimes they will claim and be true for the most part, to exceed OEM quality.
Correct. Well, that is true sometimes.
That is true. Like they'll overbuild something or
make it better,
or the dealership may make a plastic part. The aftermarket may make an aluminum part. Go for the aluminum in that case.
So there, in most cases, I do like the dealership parts. However,
certain situations
depends, because like catalytic converters for GM, right now you need to get them from the dealership for your newer GM. We heard that straight from the parts vendor's mouth. However, on the Dodge 3.6 Pentastar, we go aftermarket for the oil cooler because it's aluminum, and I think Dodge is still putting in plastic. So just a little education for you guys who don't know what we're talking about, because I would hate for to have the jargon to get we in here and they look somebody like, what are they talking about? Anyway, Clayton, shout out to you. We ain't seen you in a minute either. It's just our daughter. John says, hello, can I swap an all-wheel drive 2016 Chrysler 3.6 engine with a 2019 rear-wheel drive Challenger engine?
Yes, the engines are going to be the same. Now, if you're trying to convert that rear-wheel drive to an all-wheel drive car, you're going to have some problems. Now, the engine, on that note being said, you may have to swap out the oil pan. The oil pan may be the only difference. But other than that, oil pan and motor mounts may be different. But other than that, that engine will go right in there. You got to think, guys, when Chrysler, I don't know what to call them, Fiat, Stellantis makes an engine, they're not going to say, oh, yeah, this over here to the left is going to be the all-wheel drive engines, and these over here to the right is going to be the rear-wheel drive only engines. No, the assembly line goes like this. Over here to the left is going to be front-wheel drive based engines, and over here to the right is going to be your rear-wheel drive, all-wheel drive, your Durangos. They make the engines fit multiple cars to lower down costs. So it's a business cost-saving thing. So yes, that engine will go straight in there with no problems. You just have to switch over some accessories, like I mentioned, oil pan and stuff like that, motor mounts.
So GTA says, I'm the one that contacted you on IG a while back about the 2018 Dodge Durango, and I traded for a 2023 Dodge Durango Destroyer. Great.
I like that color. Man, that's a nice color.
Oh, I like that too. Let me see. Send a picture.
Yeah, I would love my Instagram. I got a little ridiculous. So stop.
Well, it's a good and bad thing, because the more we grow, the more people want to message Alex, And speaking of growth, real quick, we're fast approaching. I figured I'd get y'all's opinion. We're fast approaching 50,000 subscribers on YouTube. Yay! Because we started at 72 subscribers. When I first picked up the camera, Alex had 72 subscribers on YouTube. Okay, we're fast approaching 50,000. There's going to be a giveaway. I need to know, do y'all want the no-code jump box or a nice scanner? Comment below and let me know what the giveaway prize should be, what you guys think will benefit you guys better as consumers, or text, and that's what we're going to give away. All right, and if you're on Facebook and you have not subscribed over there, go over there and do it. We got good stuff happening on YouTube.
Because it's gonna be the little tablet that I enjoy.
We ain't coming with no cheap stuff, baby. We're gonna get you some quality. Okay, that's how we roll. Ain't it right, baby?
Yes, for sure.
Zach says the 6L80 seems more temperamental. I'm absolutely shocked that the 4L80 in my Suburban is still holding strong. I do trans flushes at Valvoline since they have a machine. Everything else I do myself.
Nice. Yeah, these newer stuff, they very temperamental. At the end of the day, simplicity wins, and that 4L80 is just a simple beef up transmission made for medium duty trucks. And stock, it can handle 600 horsepower. That's why racers go to that transmission over anything else when you're building a race car, whatever the case may be. This new stuff, is very delicate, and we're trying to save weight, but add 20 years all at the same. Not 20. You get what I'm saying, guys. I'm being what's the word? Sarcastic. Well, 20 gears, but weigh less than a 4-speed automatic transmission. So you get what I'm saying. So yeah, that's why it's like that.
Just Blaze says, what's your opinion on the 2019 X5 4i?
That's that BMW.
Actually, I don't know 2019, but I was reading a Consumer Report the other day, and they're amongst the top luxury SUVs right now. Yeah.
Hey,
I don't know if they done made a turnaround.
My opinion about Beamers, if you got the money to maintain them, I say go for them. A lot of people get in trouble when they go out and buy these high-end luxury cars, and when they come time to get them serviced, they get this outrageous price tag, and they be like, "Oh no, I can't do that." I just had, I just had my Geo Metro, and it wasn't nowhere near the price. Well, ma'am, this is not a Geo Metro. This is not a Honda Civic. This is a high-end luxury car. Labor, parts, everything is going to be triple, double that.
We get that all the time, people coming in. But I wanted Just Blaze. I read, because I was surprised. I'm like, BMW X5 reliable? I
think I've seen that too.
I say go for it. As long as you got the money to pay to play.
Just Blaze balling over there, man.
Telling you, baby.
I'm trying to get like him. What you do for a living?
Baby, just like Trixie driving her Jetta or him, I don't know. I'm going to be driving mine for a long time. Yeah. Okay? But if you got the money, pay to play, go ahead and get it. But according to my research, because I do try to keep myself abreast on the information in the industry, it's reliable. If somebody objects, please comment below and help Just Blaze out. Drea Munoz says, what is the best site to buy lifters or a camshaft kit for a 2013 Ram 1500? Wait, you got the 3.6? Do they have 3.6 in that?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it does have the 3.6. That truck comes with so many engines, so you're gonna have to kind of guide us on which engine you have. It's the 1500, so that 1500, if I do believe correctly, came either with the 5.7, the 3.6, and the diesel. I don't think the diesel was out there at 13, but
what you're gonna have to do, if you got the 3.6, we highly recommend Melling, Melling brand. That's for the lifters and camshaft. However, if you have the 5.7 Hemi, we have not, and as we do these lifters a lot, came across any available Melling or brand lifters for the 5.7. Any other lifters that's available, like Sealed Power, they're failing out of the box. Anything other than Mopar on the 5.7 is going to make a chattering noise when you do the work. So I highly advise, if you're going to go back, or if you're going to do the Hemi, if it's a Hemi, go back to the dealership. Yes, that's your best bet.
Very best bet. And go in and check, do the oil pump if you got over 150,000 miles. Check that bottom end, clean that pan, clean out the screen, or just replace the pickup tube altogether. So yeah, hopefully that helps.
Right. So do that. But if you got the 3.6, you can just go to AutoZone or O'Reilly's and get you the milling set, and that's fine. We do not recommend D&J or anything like that, or Car Wizard parts. Like, if you're gonna do the job, just do it right. Okay.
I like this name.
Baby Boomer. Alex, what's your thoughts on tires from pull apart part?
Anytime you're dealing with used tires, there's always a risk involved with that. It's like if you're going to Vegas and gamble, it's a risk. You're gonna come home with negative bank account, or you may come home with baller status. So just be careful. Know what to look for when you're buying used tires. Check the expiration date. You don't want old tires, even though it may look good. The tread, it may look good. If that tire is over 6 years old, you need to leave it right there. You could flip it over, and the last 2 digits is the year. We're in year 24. What would make 6 years old? 19.
Yeah.
So
if them tires say 2012, no, dog.
Yeah, leave them.
All right.
So, and just look for bumps and I can't say it.
Irregular.
Irregular. Oh, forget it. Messed up tread patterns.
Just inspect them really good. You know what I'm saying? And get by.
You can win.
But I would say this, Baby Boomer. A lot of people underestimate the power of eBay. Alex and I never buy new tires. We always get them used on eBay for cheap. Very cheap. You can get a full set for $200 or $300 too. And that's how we buy our tires.
And eBay, the thing about eBay is so much competition on eBay. It's very unlikely you're going to get screwed, because these companies,
they want the ratings.
They want the ratings. They do not want a bad rating. So if you buy a used set of tires from eBay, it's going to be from a company, they check that tire,
Right.
they patch it,
Mm-hmm.
they inspect it through the T. And when you put them on your car, man, it rides like a brand new car.
Yeah.
And they be good quality tires like Bridgestone.
It's kind of like Goodwill, but you get the good designer stuff for the low.
Yeah, I'm like, and the tread be great. So you can really catch you a really good deal off of eBay. Of course, with new tires too.
Yeah, check that out. But then new tires ain't gonna be Michelin though. But
yeah,
I'm okay with Star Power, whatever that is.
Penn Star Power.
Right. Uncle Mark's in the house. Hi, everyone.
Uncle Mark.
Hey, Uncle Mark.
Buddy.
From Manitoba, Canada. Did I get that right, Uncle Marks? Comment below. I'm gonna scroll down and see. I try to remember everything. Trixie says, hey, it runs just perfect. I might just leave it be.
It's a
97, baby. You gonna be all right, okay? Edward says, check the date code, baby boomer. There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. I'm a little late coming to the conversation.
Well, we got to get down to everybody. Yeah. Anthony Jackson says, rank your top 3 car brands to buy and go.
All right. I don't like doing Toyota.
You have to. You can't just punish Toyota because they're good.
I'm punishing Toyota. I'm not naming them. Mitsubishi, Mazda, and Ford.
I don't like Mazda.
I like Mazda. Zoom.
They ain't Zoom no more. Don't guide them the years they was with Ford. When they was dating Ford, don't do that. I'm gonna go Toyota, Honda.
And what else?
Mitsubishi.
I'm my top pick. I'm gonna steal it from you, Subaru.
I was about to say that.
I had to steal it.
I was about to say
steal it from you.
People be sleeping on them Subarus.
Can't slip on the Subarus.
In Atlanta, everybody who drives a Subaru used to be because it's getting there catching. People are catching on. They used to have Emory University on the back. Aspiring, doctors.
High-end doctors. Like when I worked for Subaru, man, these people was like high 6-figure job status.
7-figure even.
Coming in here with Subaru Outbacks and Foresters and stuff. I'm looking at the name, lawyer and judge. I'm like, what the world? What are y'all doing driving
you want
this?
Reliability and
they
quality.
Know something. And Subaru is in bed some type of way with Toyota as well. So they're
both Japanese.
Yeah, correct? They are. Yeah. But they sometimes they kind of get together.
They probably work together.
Yeah.
But Honda, all of those are Japanese brands we just named. Honda, Toyota, and Subaru.
I named American.
Mitsubishi. All of them. But if you ain't got no Toyota money, Subaru is very, like when our daughter graduates, we're going to get her a Subaru Forester and it's like $30,000. Her initial choice was a Jeep Wrangler and they wanted $60K. I'm like,
I would have got her the $40K one. But still, I'm like $40K because I told her, I was like, look, daughter, look at the options. You can get a fully loaded Subaru with the self-stopping and all this for $30,000 versus if I buy you a Wrangler, it's going to be a base Wrangler. It's not going to come with none of this stuff. No heated seats, none of the fun stuff. And she started thinking, she was like, okay.
I need her to be practical, But now those are the top 3 that we would pick. And they're all Japanese. So you can't take away the trope. They earned it. They keep putting out good cars.
Ferrari.
That's okay.
Lamborghini, VW.
I
like VW.
VW is good, but not for the average consumer like that. Mechanic Joe says he just moved in the area, currently in Lawrenceville.
Oh, nice. Down the street from us.
You out there with the money. No, not Lawrenceville Highway, like 316 up there.
Oh, the Cula Lawrence.
You up there with the money, where the money resides. Says, I'm mobile, but plan on getting my hands on a location by next year, God willing.
Amen,
I will agree with that for you, brother. Learned so much over the years. Worked as a full line technician for Chevy 10 plus years. And mobile versus working as a shop employee are 2 totally different worlds. Yes, Joe. And when you cross over into owning the shop, that's a totally different ball game. Because a lot of the times, like I like to tell people this: just because you can turn wrenches and be a good mechanic doesn't make you a good businessman. Okay. Now my husband,
I'm a bad businessman.
I wouldn't say that about you. I would say that my husband has a really big heart.
That's what makes me a bad businessman.
So whoever comes in with their sob stories and all of that, he was like, well, I can bump down the price. And then you do that so much, your business is not doing well. And now you're not getting paid for the shop because you done gave out all these discounts.
My heart be in it. And
So he's not allowed
to work on everybody's car for free.
He's not allowed to give pricing. He's not allowed in the front of the shop, period. And just understanding what GP percentages is, car count, all that stuff comes into play when you're a shop owner that I'm just now learning now. And we've been at this about 3 or 4 years as far as owning the shop. But I'll tell you this. If and when you decide to become a shop owner, come to Alex the Car Doctor.
We'll help you out.
Find me. I'm going to help you out because I didn't have any help. So let me know. All right. Remind me that I said that. Because we want to see everybody win and blessed, man. We don't gatekeep. Sure. We don't gatekeep at all.
We share our information.
Mail Trap 5150 says, do you fix scat pack chargers?
Man, anything that got Mopar part on it, I got you, bro.
Now Mail Trap 5150, when he fixed it, I just want to spin the block.
We'd have plenty of scat packs.
That's all right. I want to spin the block every time. All right.
Why?
So as long as you can authorize that.
My favorite one was this dude had this Hellcat. It looked like a straight out of Hot Wheel or Need for Speed Underground car. I'm like, man, he had all kind of stuff done to it. What was that dude name? That was a pretty hot ride. I liked the way what he did. So you could tell he'd be running from the police.
Just let Mrs. Car Doctor spin the block. That's it. You know what I'm saying? That's appreciation.
Good old 392. Appreciation. No, I got you, bro.
Yeah, we can. Derek Brown says, love your channel. Question, do you build high horsepower engines, custom work like built LS motors, turbos, and superchargers?
Yes and no. Yes for myself. No for the public, unfortunately. I do want to get into that once I get my shop up and running by itself. But the time, as the time sits right now, I don't have time to play with performance.
It'll be sitting there forever.
Yeah.
Honorable mention, he did LS swap a 97 Jaguar XJ8. Like successfully LS swap that. Everything still works. We got that up on the channel, and then
I don't got it fully on the channel. It was just something.
But they can see it.
Yeah, you can see it.
And then he LS swapped a
C10.
C10 that was easy.
Some type of old Silverado.
So yes, he does LS swap. He's getting ready to LS swap his Cutlass. It's just at this point.
I've done many turbo cars, Honda Civics, Integras. I put a turbo on my Geostorm. And never mind you, none of these cars are built for that. So performance is my stuff.
Just don't have time, and it's not a part of the Alex the Car Doctor business model. But hopefully, as we continue to hire capable technicians, and he can have more time to
play,
because he's gonna LS swap his Subaru Outback, right?
Yes, Subaru LS swap, and of course, I'm working on my Cutlass now.
Mike P says, I did have the gas cap message, replaced it with an OEM cap, and that message went away, but the P0456 stayed.
Did you erase the code after you replaced the cap? I'm pretty sure you did.
He said, don't worry, I scanned it with my $450 X2 D7 whenever. I told you he had a scan too. I told you. It probably just went away on its own. Just keep an eye on it. You got that scan too, so I trust that you'll be able to handle business if it comes back. Clayton Ritchie says, hey, that 3.6 is actually hella reliable except for the oil cooler filter housing. Keeps me busy replacing the dormant solid metal replacement. I
tell people that all the time. They say, you hating on
No. I was gonna say I am currently selling a 2014 Dodge Journey with the 3.6. It's probably gonna be gone tomorrow. Actually, I don't know how to decline that call. It's not touchscreen, babe.
Thinking it's a tablet or something.
Somebody, you know how they pick up on your MacBook. Sorry about that, guys. I don't know who calling me, but
we've done lifters.
So somebody commented when Alex posted it on his story. My wife is selling this car, blah blah blah. He was like, "Oh, stop it! These cars are garbage." They're actually not, and I know we make a lot of content,
top-rated engine
around it, but that actually is an award-winning engine. The problem lies where this Dodge Charger and Scat Pack owners who fly down 675 like they got a Hemi or Hellcat when them pedal stars be tearing them up, and they don't take care of their cars. You know what I'm saying?
They hear the tick and they just keep driving.
Now the ticking, we can't do nothing about that, but that's no different from GM and their time and chain issues. And, it's something wrong with all the big threes. It's just, at least with this, you know what you're getting into. You're going to have the same 5 problems out of that
Best to know your demons.
Yeah, for sure. So they're not bad cars. And just because we make a lot of content about them, is to help you guys maintain them so that they can last long. We have some Pentastars that have 200,000 miles on.
Over that sometimes.
So,
I love them.
Yeah.
I have no problem with them. I would own one.
I would drive one. Let me see that. True says, True Love, just had my coils and spark plugs done, but I still hear a little noise. Should I go ahead and change my belts? I have a Toyota Tundra 2011 V8 5.8 engine.
What little noise? Is millions of noises.
Yeah, what noise vehicles. You hearing over there?
Is it a squeak? Is it a rattle? Is it a hissing? Hopefully it's not a knock, like the police. I would need to know what noise, but if it's a squeak, let me go ahead and stop you right there. For typing, go ahead and replace that belt, new belt, tensioner, and all the idler pulleys, and you'll be golden.
All right, True, over there. What you doing over there with that Tundra on the farm, girl? Charles says, I just had a 26-inch Huffy. Check engine light doesn't come on. What could be wrong? It's a bicycle, man.
Nah, you need to drink some more water. Your check engine light must be on.
Listen, man. You know what?
That was my first bike.
I was just about to say that. Man, my first bike was a Huffy. You riding around Atlanta as a kid, you had a Huffy.
Then I LS swapped it.
Nah, for real. He'll do something crazy, like put a motor on the bike or something. Pearl Rival says, flathead screwdriver to spark plug fuel pump. I have no idea what that
he's saying
means.
Listen to it.
Listen
okay. To the humming noise.
Oh, yeah, we do that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. I'm like, okay, maybe he was just spitting out different tools and parts.
I'm in the public eye, so it looks best when I use my stethoscope.
Yes, the stethoscope is real.
Yes.
Okay. You can get one at Harbor Freight for y'all who want one, but
my good old learning days, it was the good old trusty screwdriver for everything.
And put it to that and listen like that. That's right. Thank you, Pearl, for that. I don't know.
Somebody in Duval too?
Edwin in Duval. That's what I'm talking about. I love Florida.
I'm about to go on up there, man. I'm about to come visit y'all.
Yeah, man. We're thinking about that. Like, you know, I mean,
we want to do some beach camping.
Yeah, so if we're around, we'll post it in the community. If y'all around, y'all come meet us at the pizza place or something, meet the kids, whatever. A man called Kodiak Wild says, check the fender position sensor on that Huffy. Then buy a mongoose. I love it, man. That's what I love about Alex community. Y'all are funny, man. You gotta take a know how to take a joke. Clayton said F flat rate. Okay, Clayton, I'm glad you said that. Because I'm trying a new thing, and I'm a part of this group where they're actually paying the techs hourly. Because for those who don't know, when the shop is slow, flat rate, if no car come in, they don't get paid. Versus hourly, you get paid regardless.
Or if you got some husband and wife team up there and they taking all the good stuff, then you looking around like, hey, what's going on here?
So my thing is, I'm trying to get away where I can pay a decent hourly wage plus commission to comp for the times where they're slow, but they still have opportunity to make money, if that makes sense. But yes, flat rate is not where it's
I was killing flat rate, by the way, guys.
Yeah, you
when I was working.
Brian says best way to get paid for a good mechanic.
Yeah. That's right. I was on if the work was there.
If it's there, you know, I think that's when Alex quit though. Alex was like, he looked at his check stub at Subaru. He was like, man, they got paid $1,300 for this job,
it
and
was
only
all labor.
$200. I quit.
I got mad at that job.
True says not getting any codes or anything. It's just it says it's fine, but I feel like I need to draw some attention to the belts. 150 something thousand miles. Yes, for sure. Like you said,
especially if you don't have no history of those belts, I would go ahead and swap them out.
Pearl Rival said 60 people and 12 likes. How can you dislike these two? Hey, thank you, Pearl. But he ain't lying, or she ain't lying. Hit the like button, guys. It's 80 some of y'all in here. Y'all, boop. That's all you're doing.
Boop, boop.
You know, it costs you nothing. It costs you nothing at all, my beloveds. It costs you nothing at all. We appreciate it too. Uncle Mark says, good call, Pearl. You know what? I don't know if you're a lady or a guy, Pearl Rival, but
That's a name true to my heart.
Alex's grandmother, who raised him from a baby, we just lost her about 2 or 3 years ago. Her name was Pearl. We call her Pearl.
Man, she was the best. Oh my God.
This was her baby to the day she died.
She kept her 38 special. Boy. That's why I love wheel guns to this day.
Alex's grandmama was a true pleasure. So when I read the name Pearl, it made me think about her.
She'll tell you jokes. She's just a fun, just the most
miss her every day.
Best person to be around.
Miss her every
Never
day.
Gave me a whooping the day in my life.
See, I talked to her about that though. God. I was like, that's why
I was off the chain. I needed my butt whooped.
But she never did it. And she said nobody better not touch
my
her.
Siblings used to get so angry, boy. I whooped his ass.
He went.
He doing it right.
Pearl says, I hope the crew is back and healthy. For the most part.
Yeah, we got one that's kind of going through some.
Yeah, he's going through some medical stuff, and we're trying to be there for him. And rather than lay him off or fire him, because he can't really turn wrenches that well.
Go back to chemo.
Yes, not chemo, dialysis.
Dialysis.
I'm finding something for him to do at the shop just so he can stay employed, because I don't want him to go home and wallow in sorrow, you know. So he told me as long as I can let him keep coming. So I just find stuff for him.
We try to keep his spirits up.
Absolutely.
Man, he just going through, and we trying to be a blessing to him.
Yeah, we are. But thank you for asking about that. Brandon, make it happen. Rogers, I love the name. Says, yo, nice. What's gang is my two favorite people in the auto industry.
Yeah.
I like the fact that y'all include me. I know y'all really love Alex, but I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
Nothing without you, baby.
I know we work together well. Like peanut butter and jelly. I'm jelly.
Or carrots and cornbread.
No, they don't go together, man. Pearl says,
guns and bullets.
If you're over, you can always give them a deal at the register. Nobody's going to be happy about being blindsided. Exactly, yeah. And sometimes if we're led to do so, we will. Like the biggest pet peeve about Alex that Alex hates is when somebody accuses him of getting over.
That will get me.
It's like, listen, I am the last person, and they would rather burn a bridge with Alex,
because I would cut them off.
Yeah,
like, okay, we going, even if they kick it off like that. I'm like, you know what, just take your car somewhere else, because we're starting off on the wrong foot. And that makes them mad, even more mad. I'm like, look, I'm giving you the opportunity. You don't trust me. I build my business off of trust. It's the same speech I give them. And if we don't got trust, we don't got nothing. I can't work on your car if we don't have trust.
Right.
And man, they get to pleading and stuff.
They always
you shouldn't have came at me sideways.
Yeah, they always come back. But I don't like when people make off comments. Well, you guys didn't do this, do that. Clearly, you don't understand how this job is done, because you would have did it yourself. So that's the whole thing. Like, but we try to be kind to people, and if the good Lord lead us to help someone, we will.
Well, yeah,
but at the end of the day, we're running a business. We got 5 kids. We gotta
keep a roof over
take
our
care
head
of,
so I can continue to help people and make these videos.
Correct.
Where else I'm gonna make videos at?
Right. Anthony Jackson says 2013 Buick LaCrosse 3.6 engine, check engine light P2440.
Secondary air injection pump.
Light came on yesterday and went off today. Could it be something simpler than the injection pump? Is my question.
It could have been like a sticky relay or something, because you said it came on then went off. So that gets me to thinking the motor is probably getting ready to go out, and it probably seized up, probably got some debris in it. Then it freed itself and started back working again. Or the relay just got stuck. What I would do, for preventive maintenance sake and the process of elimination, I would just find that vacuum pump relay and just change it out. And that way, if it comes back on again, you can do the process of elimination. Like, okay, I've already done that. That means it gotta be my motor starting to go out, and I just changed the relay. So be proactive. What is that, the word? Yeah. Be proactive and get on it while it's still working. That way you could easily diagnose it on down the road.
Mechanic Joe says, yes, dealerships have their favorites. Yes. It's it's a problem at every job. And I have had to sit back and sometimes watch my husband be mistreated, or just cause. So it happens, and but he held on, and look at where he is today. A lot of people, my husband always had the smallest toolbox, and they would laugh him out of the shop.
It quickly went away after the
30
days.
days. he had the high efficiency, nobody ever bothered him again. While they have these big, it's not about none of that, guys. It's not about snap on, Matco, all that politicking. It's about if you love to do the job right.
I really came from the bottom, guys.
Straight up. His first job, he made $7.75 as a oil tech at the Napa AccuCare on Old National Highway. We were 18, 19, and we getting ready to have our first baby, and his check was literally $330 a week. And I used to drive to pick up the check, deposit it, try to pay whatever. We had our routine, so it's like the bottom is where we had started. Okay, it's down there, working our way up. Okay. Charles says, KW got it right. Let's see if the duo will hit it too. I don't know what you're talking about, Charles. I don't know. So many questions and stuff. Zach says, I worked as car sales. I was the sole car salesman. It was amazing. Mechanic quick. I tore up my hand, put it in an alternator. I quit. Owner was rushing and a terrible drunk. Now I run my own.
Wow.
So I know you flipping cars right then, Zach.
Yeah, that's where the money.
So that's where the money really reside, right there. I know you flipping cars. You got to. True says, sorry, Olive Branch, Mississippi. That's right. You down south with an F like us. Benny says, yes, great advice on flat rate. My favorite old fat Dutchman here.
Yeah,
Howdy. Let's get those thumbs up. Love y'all. Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you, buddy.
I love him. Maro says, hello, Alex. How reliable is the Chrysler 2008 Aspen 5.7 Hemi?
Okay, they're pretty good. They had valve seat issues, I think, around that year. Meaning, if you let that thing overheat, or sometimes the valve seat will just drop, destroying that engine. Oh man. So you got to watch out for that. And that was a funny year. The Chrysler call it. They don't call it DOD. They call it MDS. Multi-displacement system. That was the funny year where they were starting that, but I don't think they had much issues out of the MDS
hold on. You drunk my cherry coke, man. Hey, man.
But they don't care if you can find one.
Y'all see what I have to deal with. I'm sitting here fiddling around for a cold beverage. This man drunk my soda. You know I ain't supposed to have none like that. Let me have this. Anyway, I hope you got that, Morrow. My husband does that a lot. Can't leave no soda around him. He gonna drink it. Says, bro, do you fit Scat Pack Charger engines? Yes, we do. GTA says, hit that like button, guys. Yeah, man. Come on. 80 of y'all in here. And I got 25, and I don't know what it looked like on the other side, but hit it. Jim in the house. Hello, Alex and Sean. Jim? Hey, Jim. I haven't seen you in a while.
Jim the man.
Trey says, does a transmission slip because they drain and refill, or the filter and something else?
Does a transmission slip because they drain and
because
refill?
It needs a drain and refill and filter? Not all the time.
Yeah. Oh, guys, I always say this. I'm not a big transmission guy. Drain and fill is the safest way to service a transmission. When it starts slipping,
here's an interesting comment. Brian says it shutters. It hasn't went out. I don't know. Is he talking about? I don't know.
Yeah. I'm not as educated when it comes to automatic
because he don't like them.
Yeah, I just don't like that. Ask me a manual question. What a manual driver's at? Come on, man.
Don't nobody drive that no more. He says, but will it cause it? If it's slipping and you're trying to save it, I say try the drain and fill and see if that
try to drain and fill with some Lucas transmission stop slip.
Yes,
that's your best bet. I always recommend that stuff because it works. I've seen it work. I never recommend something that I don't use or do for myself.
We had a Ford Explorer, boy. We put that Lucas in there. We ain't had no more transmission problem no more.
Or when we bought that Yukon, we had transmission problems. I like, oh, I know exactly what to do. I dumped that bottle of Lucas in there. That truck lasted like 3 or 4 years before it finally went kaput. And it went kaput because that was our main tow vehicle. So not only that the transmission was going out, I was towing left and right with the truck. And it just finally couldn't take it anymore. And it still drove. It got me home. I remember the car I was towing. I was towing a Dodge Neon from the auction. This was a long time ago. And it wouldn't go over. It got stuck in like first gear. I think the forward gears went out, and I drove home like 30 miles an hour. Got me back home.
An hour away. Shout out to that Yukon.
Yeah, I do like 30, 40 miles an hour. Man, that thing was nice.
But if that doesn't work, it definitely could be something else for sure. But what I noticed, I don't know about y'all in the cities and states that you guys live in, but here in Georgia, it's hard to find somebody that will open up a transmission and rebuild it. Like now all everybody's doing is replace, you know what I'm saying? We do that, but we don't, get into opening them up and diagnosing them and fixing them.
We're going to start doing alignments. We need to get an alignment machine.
We are currently meticulously researching alignment machine. I know Hawkeye is the best brand, but we're not rich, okay? And they're super expensive, so we're trying to find a great alternative brand, but we are missing out on a lot of income by not doing them. So we will begin the machine very soon. We're just trying to make sure we make the right purchase because this stuff, the equipment is not cheap.
It's expensive.
Mechanic Joe says, just did timing chains on a GMC Acadia, had to pull the motor out of my driveway.
Oh, the driveway. Ugly.
And see, that's what we're talking about with those Traverses and stuff like that. Those Enclaves and stuff like that. They just have these issues and it ain't easy to do. And if it's something for a tech it's not easy to do, it's not going to be easy on your wallet. All right. Excuse me. He says, hi, Mr. and Mrs. Car Doctor Steve.
Steve, what's happening?
Hey, Steve. Dylan says 8 Chevy Express PO. Oh, he got a lot of codes on here. No vacuum leak fuel pressure is 58 PSI and don't bleed down the map sensor. Is at 221. I'm tripping. 12.1 GS. Any advice? Let me look up the code.
Yeah, I'm about to see that code.
All right. Chevy
They look
Express.
familiar. PO171.
Yeah, I know.
That one first.
Chevy Express. I wonder what the P stands for.
Powertrain.
Oh, okay. I knew you would know. Fuel pump or filter. What's the...
Replace the fuel pump or filter. What is the code? Air fuel ratio.
Your vehicle is too lean.
Okay, so it seems like your fuel trims are off. And it got a PO300. That's a random misfire. Type in 174. Probably bank too lean. So both banks are lean. Check for vacuum leaks. That will be the first thing I do. Try cleaning your mass airflow sensor. Did he say he replaced the mass airflow sensor? Normally that's what it boils down to. Is the mass airflow sensor.
He said it's at 12.1 GS.
I have to see what the RPMs and other readings when it's at that. It's probably going to boil down to either a vacuum leak somewhere in the center because both banks is lean. Another thing that can make it both banks lean is the mass airflow sensor. It can throw off the fuel trim as well. So hopefully that helps. I know it wasn't a lot, but limited information here.
And then if it's been replaced, sometimes those mass airflow sensors, I know on the Honda is always at the cam where you got to get like the OE part.
Yeah,
sometimes
it's funny stuff. But GM, those vans, they don't care. They good old reliable stuff.
Check it out. I hope that works for you. Renee says, is $3,000 a reasonable price to replace the transmission pan, oil pan on a Mazda 6?
They don't sound right.
No.
Unless they have to take the transmission out. That doesn't sound right. A transmission pan?
If I was you, I would call and get a second opinion elsewhere.
Or heck,
second quote.
Call our shop.
Call me in the morning, Renee.
Yeah, we will give you a quote.
Because I don't have the computer in front of me to look up the labor rates and stuff like labor time and stuff.
And this goes for all you guys. If you ever have a question, call and get a quote from me. I will definitely give you a quote. That way you can compare.
But you know what? They can't do that. They're in a different state. Like California pricing, New York maybe pricing is different from Georgia pricing.
Deep country may be a lot cheaper.
Yeah, so that's not going to be accurate. It depends on if you're in our city, and it depends. It just depends on a lot of variables. So, I would call one or two more reputable shops in the area wherever you live and see what they say. And then, call the dealership and say, well, how much is this part? Just kind of.
She said oil pan.
Oil
Still,
pan. Yeah.
That don't sound right.
Still though, because the oil pan is right there, right?
Yeah, normally,
you lift the cup and it's right there. I don't know.
It's very accessible.
What's $3,000? I don't know about that one. I don't know, Renee.
The worst thing you have to do dropping the oil pan is take down the exhaust. Some don't sound right.
I don't know how much they charging per hour. Clayton, I knew that name and that beard, and you my Alaska man. Where you been, man? I was just talking to where's my Alaska?
We trying to get up there too.
Right. So it was a Ford technician in Alaska for 6 years. Long story short, according to state law, they were paying us incorrectly and wound up owing me $6,000. Paid everyone out, and my check was only $2,000. F that. He said, did whatever I wanted for 6 months while I found my place at a Midas shop. Excuse me, these Coca-Colas are getting to my chest. I was skeptical of small shops, but I'm the Ford Honda electrical weird ass shit guy there now. Nice. And I couldn't be happier. I may not be getting rich, but I am definitely appreciated and taken care of.
And that's where it boils down to, guys. A lot of people think, oh, I'm going to go out there and start my own shop. And they be thinking money-wise. And sometimes starting your own business, you take a pay cut.
Here is my advice that I give to my daughter and other high school kids. Because they done made me the PTSA president at the high school. I didn't want to do it, but they made me do it. What I see is them still pushing kids to go to college. My husband, from the day I met him, even before then, I found a little journal that he wrote when he was like 10, 11, that he wanted to be a mechanic. Now, mechanic, no, it's not. You're not going to be a millionaire or Warren Buffett with your trade. However, you can still become wealthy and rich with what you do with your money. So if my daughter says, hey, I really want to be a baker. I want to bake cakes, even though that's a good get into. Or my son, well, mama, I want to be a plumber. I don't deter them from any of that. Long as you're happy and appreciate it and know what to do with your money. You might have an investment on the side or whatever that makes you extra income. You can still be happy in this world, in this country, without having a 7-figure job. So that's just not what we're after. And if you work on cars, you got to love it. You have to. Not going to make you rich.
I always tell people this. This is my slogan. If you chase money, it will always run.
And that's just what it does.
The day you stop chasing money, it starts trickling down on you.
So just do what you love and be happy. Now, as far as people who work for us, they fire themselves. I make sure that they're taken care of on their birthdays. I celebrate them. I give out bonuses. I give them Christmas week off. I just gave them Christmas week off because we had nice sales.
We never miss a paycheck.
I don't miss a paycheck. We go without pay to make sure that the team is paid if we need to. So, I definitely can relate with what you're saying, Clayton, right there. But, that's for all of y'all. Like, that's the problem. You guys go to college, you get a job that you hate to pay for a car and a house that you can't afford, but you got to keep the job you hate to keep up with it.
That's a terrible life.
When deep down in your heart, you just wanted to make cupcakes. So go make the cupcakes and make a business out of that.
My backup plan was be a trash guy so I can find lost things.
That's his passion. Just going through
people stole away good stuff, man. I used to go through trash when I was a teen.
Alice will we ran through a affluent neighborhood and they got stuff on the curb. Alice to this day go stop and sift through the trash.
Until I started bringing roaches home.
I was like, now, hold on.
Quickly stop doing that.
Oh, I got in trouble. I was like, I know you. Why? So
I had to stop. I don't do that no more.
You might can go through the rich neighborhood, get a little lawnmower that they put on the trash. But you can't do that in every neighborhood now. If you in the hood, baby, it don't work.
My wife told me, like, that's gonna have roaches. And I'm like, no, it's fine. Look at it, look good. No, it wasn't.
Horrible. Anyway, we have gotten off auto repair topic. Woo! I just realized this year we will be together 18 years and married for 17. So
actually, 2 years.
Don't listen to him, honey. Y'all know he put a ring on it last week. A new upgrade. Anyway, Zach says you guys are adorable couple goals. Yes, man. Listen here.
We be trying, man.
We just stick together. That's all we can do, man.
Grass is never greener on the other
and
side.
you're not meant to walk this earth alone. You gotta get you somebody. Now you might have to kiss a few frogs and frogettes to get to the right one.
That's my wife's slogan.
It's out there. Just hold on, baby. Roman says, what you think about the 07 to 09 Jeep Grand Cherokee SRT 8 transmission?
Okay, so about the SRT lineup, y'all. I do believe they overbuild them because they knew what people was going to be doing with them, meaning dogging them out and driving fast. They're more of a track car, literally street race track, street. That's what SRT stand for. Yeah. Anywho, of course the 8 V8. Mm-hmm. So they overbuilt it to withstand the torque. Now the problem with used SRTs, you never know how the last owner took care of it. He could be dogging it out every day and never change the transmission fluid. So you come along, hey, it's great. It feel like it shifts great, and you get it home, and transmission 2 weeks later start doing weird stuff because it's just being neglected. But for the most part, they're pretty good.
Cool.
My opinion.
GTA Disciple says that's the white Durango that had the automatic close hood in the last
video. Yeah.
For sure.
It tried to take me out a couple of times.
Clayton says, love you guys, but I gotta run. Love and peace from Alaska.
Mr. Clayton.
Yeah.
Take care, buddy.
Listen, guys, I sure hate to do it, but we gotta end it too, because it's 8 something, and we gotta go eat dinner with the children. Get them bathed and in the bed, get the school stuff ready. How many
questions we about to miss?
A good little amount, man. Oh my God.
I hate missing questions, man.
I hate it. We hate it. And I love, somebody said, I scrolled to the bottom to my, I love trash picking.
Look, somebody on the same page.
See what I'm saying? The roaches and the bed bugs. Look out for that. That's what I'm saying. But listen, guys,
trash picking is my stuff.
Everybody
love trash picking.
Man, one man's trash. Y'all ain't lying, but you gotta be careful. You gotta be, you know what I mean?
Look, if I didn't work as hard, I think I'd still be out there trash picking, to be honest with you.
If the shop gets running, he wants to buy storage units. Yes. I think that's a healthy compromise.
Yes, it is. Yeah. I just love, you never know what you're gonna find. You may find this rare coin that's worth $10,000. That is my gamble. Going through other people's stuff, thrown away, of course, not rambling through owner people's stuff, but things that
he said no furniture. No, I don't do that. It got to be lawnmowers.
Hey, you never know about the furniture though, man. It may be cut that bad boy open and some hidden cash under that bad boy. Hey, you may want to reconsider that. Even if you don't take it home, just take it, cut it open. Hey, couches hide all kind of secrets.
Says stay away from that cherry coke. It's dangerous. Good, my wife and I can't get enough of cherry Paris. Oh, you've been conspiring with Joshua Ricks because he said that cherry. Listen here, this is my one that I have for the week. Okay, I gotta get off of it. It's like coke, crack. Hey, I don't know what they put in. But anyway, guys, we love you so much.
Yeah, we love you. We gotta end it right here.
Yeah, Alex works a lot during the week, so I don't know about Wednesdays. Just keep your notifications on so you can see if we come on Wednesday, but we'll definitely be back next Sunday. Holler at us on the community tab and on YouTube because we be talking on there. Until next time, guys, listen, Cherry Pepsi gang. You know what? Forget y'all, man. Do we have any Coke people in the chat? But anyway.
Love you guys. Yes. Like always. I appreciate the love and all the things that y'all say nice about me. Keep me motivated. Until next time, Alice the Car Doctor out.
See y'all on the next one. Cherry Coke game. Bye.
Good night.